One of the greatest joys about cooking is if you relax and make a decision that you are going to enjoy yourself. Of course, you've got great ingredients and easy recipes for the lazy, as I promised. You're really going to have a wonderful time. You're going to de-stress, you're going to breathe, and you're going to realize, oh my gosh, life is beautiful. So what am I cooking today? I'm going to do a lovely patata tortilla. Okay, you know the Spanish love this. The word patata tortilla simply means potatoes scrambled in a certain, it's like a cake, okay? But I'm not using patata. You know me? I'm going to be using kamote, all right? So look at my kamote. You, of course, can use ube. You can use your yams or any complex carb. You can probably even do carrots. You can do squash as well. Same principle. I'm going to be using kamote, all right?
Sabrina's kitchen, what you waiting for? Sabrina's kitchen, cooking up a song. Sabrina's kitchen, always something new. Sabrina's kitchen, flavor's waiting for you.
Enjoy. And what I've done is I've cut them up in slim discs, okay, so that it will cook quickly. And I'm going to use some basil olive oil to that. I'm going to put a good amount in, and then I'm going to throw in my lovely kamote. I want my kamote to cook before I introduce my scrambled eggs. Let's call this a tortilla kamote, okay? So yeah, so we've got at least a third of a cup of olive oil in there. So I'll throw in garlic and onions and layers of my lovely kamote. So what's happening is my kamote is now cooking, right? So that when I throw in the egg, the kamote is already ready. Now, if you wanted to boil your kamote in advance, by all means, all right, layer by layer, I want to cook this up. And as that's happening, of course, I'll layer my salt. I've got some more layers to go, so bear with me. Layer my salt. I am putting in, of course, chorizo to this. Come on, we must. That chorizo flavor is gonna come into your kamote, and it's just gonna make it beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So that's why I'm throwing that in. And then I'll put a second layer once again of my kamote, and then I'll start to do my spices, huh? So second layer, I'm already smelling that kamote coming through. I promised you lazy cooking. Look at that. All right, so that's gonna be the color there. Now I'm gonna turn that over because probably my underneath is already cooking. Huh? And then of course my flavors are also coming in there. There you go. Let's say instead of chorizo you wanted to use some fish or chicken fritters. You go for that, all right? Oh my, that's just smelling divine. And I want to add some more olive oil, and I'm using a basil olive oil, lovely basil olive oil to this. You want a lot of olive oil, something about Spanish cooking. A lot of olive oil in there. Okay, so you know what I'm smelling? I'm smelling the paprika. Of course, the chorizo. So I am putting in some ground oregano leaves, of course, for that added touch of lovely flavor. About half a teaspoon of that to there. I'll finish up my chorizo. Okay, scatter that about, spread the love, spread the flavor. So what else? If you wanted to make your own, as I said, you can do any complex carb you like. I would probably like to use some squash. That would be a brilliant thing to add to this. The next thing I'm gonna do is actually scramble my eggs and put it in here. So all I'm really waiting for is I'm waiting for my kamote to cook up, all right? Perhaps one more spin. One more spin. All right, you can see that that's already beautiful. So that color that you're seeing, beautiful golden color, of course, is my paprika. I'm using a Spanish paprika for this. And the chorizo is already lending the smoked paprika onto this. I'm gonna salt it one more time. We know that kamote does absorb quite a bit of salt, so let's salt that right. And then I'll start to scramble my eggs, okay? So I'm gonna scramble the egg already because I think that's about ready. In fact, I'll turn my heat off. So I'm scrambling the eggs in a separate dish. anywhere from 4 to 5 eggs. Maybe I'll be sharing with you the recipe, right? Oh, it smells beautiful. As is, like that. It's really beautiful. Okay, beautiful fresh yolk. Here we go. I'm scrambling. All right, so that's happening. Okay, just a little bit of cream into my egg. Say about 2 tablespoons. And then we go. So now I pour that in. Of course, my kamote is already lovely. The egg is now beginning to cook. Okay. Oh, it's gonna be so beautiful. So once that's pretty much done, I'm gonna turn that over onto my dish. And we're gonna make some magic here, and either it fails or it works. Be exciting. My tortilla kamote with a little bit of that Thai kitchen cocoa cream. Oh my gosh, this is just all goodness happening here. So once that center is no longer wet, that tells me that this dish is already done. All right. Okay. Yeah, so when you're cooking with an induction cooker, it's a little more tricky because the heat's quite intense. So we're almost ready to turn this guy over. So let me just grab a small cover for this so that it cooks the last bits on top, right? Okay, it's still shaking, which means it's not sticking to the bottom. But I just want my top to cook before I turn it over. So find a dish that you can easily turn over your pan onto, okay? Okay, and this is something they... Okay, so look at this. So as I said, I'm using an induction cooker, so you're gonna have a little bit of that burn out in there. Not a problem. That always happens, your first layer. We just take that out a bit. Hold on. I'm gonna dress this up, huh? So for those of you who think that cooking is always perfect, that's not the way life works, all right? So you can tell in life I've had quite a bit of this, right? Okay, what am I gonna do to decorate that? I've got my garnish, right? I've got some cream, right? So I'm gonna drizzle some cocoa cream over this, just a bit. Probably, okay, there you go. To that, I'm gonna put my garnish. So now you know it works, right? Plan B of life. When you think it's game over, it's not. And you really don't need to throw it away. And you really learn from your mess ups. So white tomatoes, because of the color, right? Coloring here. You want to put some bell peppers. By the way, you can do that too. The Spanish have something they call a marmitaco, which is layers of bell peppers and tuna. It's a similar concept, and so that's basically it. I'm just gonna put my little tomatoes up there, and that's just gonna complement this brilliant. I'm purposely putting this in. I could edit it out, but I'm gonna tell you something. Life is like that. Okay, so there you have it. A tortilla kamote, which I cooked, of course, in a induction cooker. So try to use your regular stoves. And very definitely, you can do this. You can adjust your heat. So I'm already on the lowest heat in an induction cooker. You might want to go down to a medium heat as it starts to cook. You're just really waiting for your egg to cook, right? So you'll go down to a medium heat. I can't quite do that here on my induction, but you can so do that at home. You see how simple this? We came away from a could have been mishap, but in actuality, life teaches us these things. And so there you have it, tortilla patata. There you go. Lesson in life, my tortilla kamote. Enjoy it. And if it does come out a little bit charred in the bottom, you know what to do, right? hugs and enjoy this wonderful recipe. Try it at home. So if you like what you see and you are a lazy cook like me, well, I highly suggest you subscribe, like and share Sabrina's Kitchen on YouTube, please. And we are welcoming you into the Sabrina's Kitchen family. So come join us and let's create lovely dishes for those we love, okay? Subscribe, Sabrina's Kitchen.